by Virginia and New York, wanted to count everything based on population, naturally. The smaller states, led by New Jersey, Delaware, Rhode Island, thought that wasn't fair, that they would be shut out really in every presidential election. So they asked for an equal representation. As a result, we had something called the Connecticut Compromise that mixed the two together. So we vote by every state having 2 electors as senators and whatever their popular representation is in Congress. In case today, we have 535 electoral votes. That's 100 senators and 435 congressmen and congresswomen who account for all the electoral votes. This was all designed so that you wouldn't have dominance by one group in the country over another, by the blue cities over the red countryside, by the large states over the small states. And so it is, in fact, the most democratic way to go after all.
All right, we are back. Thank you, Larry Schweikart. Oh, you're welcome. By the way, folks, if you don't know my book, Patriots History of the United States, you really need to grab yourself a copy. This is one New York Times #1 bestseller. And I'll tell you what, I'll make this election night offer available to you. If you email me at larry@wildworldofhistory.com, larry@wildworldofhistory.com, I will send you what I call the Chapter 23. That is a 23rd chapter to Patriots History of the United States from the years 2018 to 2023. And I've gone back through and updated the whole book in terms of insertions that you can just plug in on your own. So I will send you all that stuff free if you just email me at larry@wildworldofhistory.com. Happy to share that. Okay. Are we ready to go with our guest, James?
5:30.
5:30. Okay, he's been moved. All right, what do we have in here in terms of the latest updates from the decision desk? Let's take a look at all this.
I'll reach out, see if you can come in early.
All right.
So we're still waiting on Election Day vote in Indiana to drop. It's obviously going to lean a little bit left of where it normally does before it drops. But remember, President Trump won Indiana by 16 points in 2020, which was down a little bit from 2016. Now we have to accommodate for the return of a large third-party vote in 2016. So Indiana was still right of where it was in 2012 for Romney. I would expect that state to drift further right. Likewise, Kentucky. So the entire region there. Part of it's Appalachia, some of it's the industrial Midwest. You're looking at Pennsylvania, Ohio, Indiana, parts of Illinois. Some people consider southern Illinois the Rust Belt. And then you have Kentucky. Those are all trending together. And by party registration numbers in Pennsylvania, West Virginia, and Kentucky, you should expect larger Republican margins. So once we clear through the early vote, we'll have a good picture of where Trump's coalitions have changed. But I will say that Florida, which is very indicative of the movement of the rest of the country, looks very promising for President Trump nationally.
Let's talk about Indiana for a second. And you mentioned this third-party vote. And I mention this because the New Hampshire Libertarian Party endorsed President Trump on election night eve. And that's the first time I can remember in a modern election the Libertarians endorsing a Republican. Does Indiana have a big Libertarian component, or who